some of that. So that's how I would do it.
Thank you. Kennedy Boone.
It's funny she mentioned the Lions Club. I've been a member of that group for 10 years, and we do a lot of that cleanup. I don't think we should confuse lack of enforcement with lack of reporting. This town, I believe, I hope you would agree, is a lot cleaner than it was about 10 years ago. I've been a member of the Image Committee for several years, and we have recognized hundreds of properties for keeping their yards clean. We now give renovation awards. So we are making progress. Have we come a long way? Yes. Do we have a long way to go? You bet we do. That's one of the reasons I am running for council, because I think we need a much cleaner Rosenberg.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Houghton?
There's always room for improvement. The gateways look wonderful that have been done for the city. But the city is trying to do a very good job. As Billy had says, the enforcement is there. It's just that you can't always get people to respond as they need to. There is a weekly report that comes out to council that points out all the areas that are deficient. So we are trying to improve those areas. We also try to give the homeowners a chance to do what the city has asked, to mow the grass, to pick up the trash. And then there are some instances where the homeowner is unable to do that physically, and they have gotten the police academy students involved. They have helped with that. And I believe that's a very good job. We just need to continue what we're doing and get some other organizations involved also.
Thank you. Kennedy Morales.
I think the city is definitely working on its image throughout all areas, but we need to continue to partner with volunteer groups to further those services for those that cannot help themselves. So I feel like that we just need to continue a partnership of finding ways to improve our image as we move forward.
Thank you, sir.
Can I respond to that question?
Did I skip over you?
Yes.
Pardon me. Yes, sir. Please, would like to hear your response.
It's one of those two-edged swords. One of those things that we balance freedom against health and safety and our community looks. There's no doubt we've come a long way in 10 years. When I get a little bit of queasy feeling about it, so when a little old lady calls me up and says they're going to throw me out of my house, and I've got these letters, I can't pay for this. That's where the community needs to get involved. I hate to hear from these little old ladies when they call me up. We've actually done quite a bit of wiring on one house, and you know, code enforcement needs to be equal. Like around Bob Ray's mama's house, I went over there the other day and looked at it, and there's poison ivy behind the house over there, tall, and there's people getting registered letters for a little patch of grass this high in Rosenberg. Now, somehow it's a problem that needs to be resolved. Rental property is always going to be rental property. We have to encourage people to take care of it. I've got some good renters. They don't live in Taj Mahals. The idea is some people can't afford much better than what they have. We can't all live in the nicest, best house, but we can keep them clean. It's just a two-edged sword that has to be looked at from many different angles.
Thank you, sir, and I apologize for skipping over you. Mr. Salazar and Mr. Suter, I'm going to exclude you from the next question. I hope you all won't take too much offense, but we are running rather close on time, but I'd like the other four candidates that are running for office to answer the following question. Do you think the police department is providing adequate services for the community at this time? What would you recommend to improve services even if you face a tighter budget? Kennedy. Could you please answer that question? Your response, please.
And the second part to that question was what?
What would you recommend to improve services should there be a tighter budget? The police department.
The police department is doing an adequate job now and goes beyond adequate. There are programs in place that they're implementing for apartment complexes to have a safer apartment complex where they get certification at the end of the program, should they go through the whole program. That's just one example of their community involvement, trying to get everything spick and span, if you will. As far as the tighter budget, I don't know what could be changed. I'd have to look into that.
Well, thank you, sir. Candidate Hawkins?
Well, I think for the first time in a while, the police department is actually fully staffed. And I don't know how long it's been since that's actually happened, but I'd like to see what that actually means. I think the police department's doing a great job. You know, Rosenberg is a cleaner and safer city because of the police department. Education and outreach are always helpful when it comes to police. They may not be scary, which they aren't. I don't know, I think they're doing what they're supposed to. And like I said, I'd be curious to see what the department looks like fully staffed.
Thank you. Mr. Seville, please.
Me personally, I'm going to say that our police department is one of the finest in the country, and I applaud them for doing an excellent job. I wish we could come across with some more money, to give them more money, give them the tools they need to fight the crime. You can check with our reports. Our crime rates are fairly low compared to other areas real close by. And I'm proud that we have a good police department, a good chief, his staff. They work closely hand in hand. And what I would try and do to encourage the citizens of Rosenberg, especially the ones in District 2 that I want them to vote for me again, because I have a lot of work to do here with the city still, is call the police department and report any type of anything. You know, it's nice if we had plenty of police where we could have a police officer sitting at every block 24/7, but we can't do that. But, you know, that's why my card has my home number. If you can't reach me, I have citizens that will call me at the house and report, hey, there was a loud radio last week 3 blocks down the road. It's difficult to find out what's wrong. If you see something in your neighborhood, call me or the police department, and then if the police department is responding, then I've got a problem. But if we all call over and over and over, they have to respond to your calls, and the more police you have right around the neighborhood, we can take care of crime. And yes, I think if we work hand in hand and everyone call in as often as you can, report crime as soon as you can, or call me and I'll do it. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Mr. Ramirez.
I would like to say that the police department, our police department, is very well, I can see, trained and very hard-working police department, because I see these guys, actually I don't hear them, but I see them. And especially up and down 59, and the gentleman's right here in front of me, you do a great job, sir. And I see them, I always see them. It's not a joke. But I do want to say, from my part, thank you. Y'all are great. And if I'm hearing right, the second question, I think you said, would we have to do some cuts? Should we do some cuts? I believe I would be heading backwards if we do some cuts. So no, I would not do any cuts. That's probably, if not the first, one of my main concerns for the city of Rosenberg is the police department. And the way they do their job, I think we all live in a safe city.
Thank you, sir. Well, at this time, I would like to offer the candidates some closing remarks. Again, your closing remarks, hopefully so we can get everyone out around 8 o'clock, will be time for a minute. And I would like to begin closing remarks with Mr. Morales.
I want to thank everyone for attending tonight, and again, thank the Chamber for hosting this event. My hope is that I can help provide the leadership as mayor so that our future generations will be proud of the work that we do today to prepare for a better tomorrow. I'm running for mayor because I care deeply about our city, our children, and the development of our community. We deserve to have a mayor who respects the values, culture, and rich history of Rosenberg, as well as possessing the experience to help our community grow in a sensible and financially responsible manner. Again, my name is Vincent Morales. I'm asking for your vote in this very important election for the city of Rosenberg.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Hughes, please, your closing comments.
I want to thank everyone here who has attended, and I would want to stress that this is what we need in our community. We need people to come out and get involved with city government. I'm very proud that we have 12 candidates running for office. Actually, I think it's 14. It is great then to see the community getting involved. We need everyone to get out there and vote. We don't need this city run by just a few individuals. We need the voters to speak for themselves and to vote for the candidates. We appreciate you coming out to vote and to support all of us. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate Cook, can we have your closing remarks, please?
Thank you for coming out today. I'm really excited about running. I will be dedicated to improve the quality of life for our residents if elected. I will also make responsible economic decisions and stay within budget. Continue to enhance our public safety department and continue enriching our city parks. I will also be an aggressive, independent, and dedicated voice on council. And I want to support the citizens of Rosenberg, local businesses, and the employees that work for the city. Thank you.
Thank you. Candidate.
Thank y'all for coming out tonight. Of course, I think I'm the best candidate out of the three. These are fine people also. I'm a troubleshooter. I've been doing electrical work my whole life, since I was 12 years old. And I've learned that there's some troubleshooting that has to be done from the hip, and there's some troubleshooting that takes a logical, methodical time to go through something and find a problem. I'm that kind of person that can handle the hard questions, and I can also answer the easy ones quickly. You've seen a little bit about the three of us up here. Most of you will tell you that James, he's the way he is, and that's the way he's going to be, and that's what you'll get. I'd appreciate your vote, and I'll do the best job I can at honest, common sense, do the best job I can. Thank you for your vote.
Thank you, sir. Candidate Benton, your closing remarks.
I'd like to preface by saying that I'm sure most of you are all aware that not all the issues and problems are applicable to everyone on every street in every neighborhood in town. Overall, this election is about the future direction of our city and the future of our quality of life. When deciding who to vote for, please consider asking yourself the following questions. Do we want to make our neighborhood streets safer? Wouldn't it be nice if you could let your kids or grandkids play in the front yard without fear of being ran over? Ask yourself, do we want term limits to help ensure that we have new ideas in our local government? Do we want to live within our means and reduce the albatross of debt? Do we want to hold the line on taxes? Do we want a cleaner city? Please consider these things when casting your vote. As you know, better government doesn't just happen. We have to make it happen. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Candidate McConaughey.
In closing, I would like for you to walk away with one thing in mind. I'm uniquely qualified in information technology and skilled in solving problems through listening and working with others. I've invested a lifetime in Rosenberg, and I want to see this city succeed, whether in good times or lean ones. It is going to take all of us working together, and I believe it can be done.